Hello, we have another Saturday food support group. So great to have you guys here. And we have a question that has been presented, so we will address that. And then going forward, if you guys have any other questions, raise your hand or you can put it in the chat. So first off, I wanted to bring to you guys something that a client brought to me that really, really spoke to me. And it is a scripture in the Bible. And I'm hesitant to bring this to you guys sometimes because I don't ever want to isolate or exclude anyone. But the Bible is an ancient text, and it has some really amazing knowledge in it. And so I want you to know that I accept and embrace and love all religions and I don't even care if you're atheist. I love you. I accept you. I'm so glad that you're here on this planet. I want everybody to be welcomed. I am not promoting or pushing any of my beliefs on anyone, but I can't deny this scripture and how applicable it is and how amazing it is and how it really spoke to me. And it spoke to my client. And so the scripture is Mark 7:18. And it literally says, I'm paraphrasing it. Food does not defile you. What? Food does not defile you. I was just like, oh, that's not my experience. My experience has been that sugar and highly processed food and all of these things defile me, and that I'm so much better when I don't eat those things. But what they clarify and they follow up in Mark 7:20, verse 20, it says, what comes from within you defiles you. And it's just like, oh, so you could be eating the most perfect, healthy, everything. And if you are sitting there and poisoning yourself with toxic thoughts from your heart, from your inner knowing, from your belief system, you're counterproductive. You are literally cutting yourself off at your knees to continue saying, I'm worthless. I'm useless. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. My body. I can't trust my body. I can't trust my mind. I can't trust anything. So I encourage you guys to start where you're at and find one thing. I'm not asking for a whole transformation. I'm asking for one thing. Find one thing that you can be grateful for in your body, in your healing, in your mental health, in your emotional, transformation, in your spiritual transformation. Find one thing, even if that's simple, even if it's little, that I woke up today. I'm so grateful that I woke up today. I remembered to brush my teeth today. I'm so grateful that I remembered to brush my teeth. And then those tiny steps will multiply and will magnify. And try to be very aware of the curses that you speak over yourself, the toxic thoughts that you are literally poisoning yourself with, because food does not defile you. It's what comes from within that defiles you. So you're in control of that. That's the good news. It doesn't matter if you have an abusive spouse, or you have, a toxic family member that just speaks death over you. You are there. You are the one inside, and you are in control of the messages that you give yourself. You can nurture yourself and bring forth the healing that will be the opposite of defiling you. It will grow you and heal you. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And then we have a question that somebody asked, and they said that, what is the emotion code? What is body code? And so Amy and I did a workshop on this in January of this year, and we went into detail. But I'm going to try and just give you, oh, thanks. Becky has the book there, The Emotion Code. Yeah, you can go. The Emotion Code is a book written by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And you can go find that. There's a free Emotion Code app. And then he just came out with his second book, or I don't know if it's his next book, The Body Code. And The Body Code has an app as well, but it is $30 a month for that app. And there's different people who are practitioners. There's certified emotion code and body code practitioners, Selena Rubio, and we will put the link in this video. There's one in the chat, but whenever we post this video, we'll put a link in the chat or in the description for anybody who's viewing this that can contact Selena Rubio. And what it is that there are trapped emotions in our body, and they are literally trapped in different places in our body. And you wouldn't think that something that happened to you when you were 3 years old, that's this memory, this emotion, this feeling, could be causing, I don't know, joint pain in your knee, but it's literally connected. And so I have found that whenever you go to a doctor, they are guessing. They are running tests and they are doing their best guess. They literally don't know what's going on inside of your body. But what Selena does and what I do with my clients is that we use muscle testing and we tap into your subconscious. And it guides us directly to the problem. And then the cool part is the doctors are guessing at the solution. Using muscle testing and the emotion code, body code, they go directly to the solution as well. And so I've had many clients that have had incredible experiences, miracles, honestly, total miracles. And I know that Selena has as well. Does anyone want to share their experience with the emotion code, body code? No? Oh, go ahead, Becky.
Well, I've had 2 sessions with Selena and they were really wonderful. And it is funny what everyone is saying. She's very spot on and she can really help to, help us understand what we're trying to release in our body. So I'm trying to schedule some more with her because I feel like there's a lot of work I need to do, but I'm really have been super pleased with the 2 sessions that I had with her. I felt really loved and comforted and like, it's just, I don't know, it's like an understanding. So I liked it a lot. And I want to get some more sessions. And then I just had a good report too. It's kind of started out as a negative thing, but things can turn around for good. So last week before Mother's Day, I had, I'm also in Kelly Hogan's group. So I was listening to her group on Wednesday morning and all of a sudden I got super ill with the flu that's going around California. And I had been drinking coffee with heavy cream and butter in it right as I started to get sick with the flu. There wasn't really any connection between the two, but it just, sat in my mind that like, oh my God, I don't want to drink any more coffee with cream in it and butter. And I had been wanting to kind of give it up anyway, because I was sort of overdoing it. And so because of that association, I was really able to like, I'm not going to drink coffee or cream. And I actually fasted almost the whole week last week because up till Mother's Day, that week previous to Mother's Day. And it was really nice. I felt really good fasting. I had bouts of diarrhea in between, but I most of the time felt pretty good. And I just wasn't hungry. And I felt like my body was cleaning itself out, even though it was pretty much the flu. And so I felt good about that because it was an easy way for me to break coffee. And now I'm not doing coffee. And it's funny because I have bipolar. And I was diagnosed 10 years ago. For my whole life, I would never do any caffeine. Then when I was on bipolar medications for about 5 years, I got addicted to caffeine because I felt like the medications maybe numbed me down or, like blurred me out, and the caffeine brought me back to feeling a little bit normal. So I'm off of medications for bipolar for maybe 3 years now. I titrated off them with my doctor slowly. And so now I'm like, I don't really think I need caffeine, and it makes me too hyper. And so anyway, that was a good
Great.
thing.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that, Becky.
I just want to also say that I'm reading this book too, which I think maybe did you guys recommend this book?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's really interesting too. I'm learning about that. And then I'm also finished this book. It was kind of hard for me to get it all. It's a lot of technical stuff, but it's really great. I like his videos too, Dr. Chris Palmer.
Yes.
So I'm feeling really good. I'm being able to do much more just carnivore. I haven't had any grains for quite a while, which was a addictive thing. So that addictive thing has kind of released itself, and I don't feel like I got to eat bread or sugar or anything. So that's wonderful. I'm kind of released from that. So positive changes. And from my highest weight, after I had my surgery reversed I was like 125 when I had the surgery in August with Dr. Cyrus to reverse the malabsorption surgery.
Yes.
So I gained up from 125 to 181. I'm like, oh, holy crap. I'm eating, because I was eating too much butter. I was like addicted to butter. But I think my body needed it. So now I'm healed from that. And I had enough butter, whatever nutrition that was. And so now I'm slowly able, like, okay, I can have these things, but I don't have to go binging on butter. And now I'm been losing weight, and I'm feeling much better. So I'm down 15 pounds.
Awesome.
From just having that less addictive response.
Great. I'm so glad. That's really good news, Becky.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that update. And one of the things that I like about what Becky said was that, she had a couple of sessions with Selena, and then she was like, oh, I would like more. And that's what I do in Inner Clarity System is I include it, unlimited body code sessions with my clients, because whenever you have imagine that you have like 50 layers of trapped emotions that are causing problems. And then you uncover one or two of the top layers, then the other ones come to the surface and they're ready to be released. And then you remove those, and then the other ones come to the surface and they're ready to be released. So it's an ongoing process. And so I just encourage you guys to either reach out to me or reach out to Selena. And I would love to hear, Rosa, what you were going to add to this conversation.
Yes. I have had some sessions with you, Emily, and I'm trying to remember the month we started.
It's probably been 6 months ago, probably.
Yeah, but that was like the intro into the body code and the emotion code. And I didn't know what it was, but you told me I can really help because I was having issues that I just could not figure out what my body needed. Even doing, a strict carnivore diet, I was still having some issues. And so once we started to just uncover things like peeling back the layers, like you said, yeah, and it's not just food. And that was the big thing that I learned, is that there are all these emotions that are stopping my body from being able to digest food, being able to absorb nutrients, and just, and also I was finding I was snapping at my husband, snapping at my son at the time. And I felt like I was being blocked with certain emotions, like love for myself and love for my husband even at the time. And I was amazed by just one session with you. I was in tears at the end because I felt the love again. And that was something, like, even now when I talk about it, I'm like, oh my God.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, it's like you don't realize how many things are blocking you. It's not just about our diets and how we're processing foods. It's also about how we're processing our emotions. And when we have so many blockages, from trapped emotions, from our experiences with life, and it just affects like our relationships, and it affects how we go about our life, and not being able to feel love um because you have so much trauma in your body, you have so much emotional trauma, physical trauma, all these things, you know. um and so it's been life changing for me personally. And so so I
Yeah.
just want to encourage anyone who, wants to work with Emily. It is like a gold mine. It is a life-changing. If you can feel that love that she helps you find. She's not giving it to you. She's helping you unbury, years of trapped emotion from, I mean, childhood trauma. And we all want to bypass all these things, but it gets to a point where you can't. It's affecting it's creating disease in your body. So
Yeah, I love, one of my favorite things working with you was that I was able to see that, there was this wellspring of power inside of you. And I was like, Rosa, like you are so powerful. You have so much more than I even have. Like you are so amazing. And you're like, huh, what? And I was like, no, really, it's there. And we kept digging and we kept digging and we got to this well. And then you surpassed me. Like you absolutely blew me away with your transformation and how you were able to really walk in your wellness, walk in who you really are. And so, yeah, I totally got goosebumps whenever you said that, because I remember those moments. And I just want to thank you for honoring me with that space, because it's really uncomfortable sometimes to really be in that vulnerable place with someone else. And so I recognize that my work can only go so far. And it was because of what you brought to the table of authenticity and vulnerability that we were able to create this amazing masterpiece. And then she put in the chat, and we'll put it in the link or in the notes below, the interview that we did, where we talk about the emotion code and everything as well. So that's there in the chat if you guys want to learn more about that. Awesome. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily.
No problem. No problem. I just want to spread the love. I wish I could do everything, for everyone. But all we can do is just tell them about it. Say it's over here. It's over here. We want to love you. We want your absolute wellness. All right. Well, we are just about out of time. And so I just wanted to thank you guys so much for this meeting, and for joining with me and for asking these questions, because we are just a little snapshot. There is an entire world of 7 billion, 8 billion people that are suffering. And so whenever you bring your suffering to this meeting and we can share some of these answers, some of these solutions, you are giving hope to hundreds of people, thousands of people. And so thank you so much for being here in the Saturday Food Support Group and on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next Saturday.